Welcome to the ICU Leadership Workshop. Hello, my name is Angela Barris. I hosted this workshop as a follow-up to an education session I delivered at the 2020 Toastmasters International Virtual Convention, where they had over 60,000 registrants. Just in case you're not familiar with Toastmasters, there's over 350,000 Toastmasters in 143 countries, and it's the world's largest nonprofit educational organization that focuses on empowering people to be even more effective communicators and leaders. What you're about to see are the highlights of the workshop. I hope you stay till the end for the guided imagery experience. I think you'll like it. Now, if you have any questions or you'd like to share any of your leadership success stories, please email me at angelabarris@gmail.com. That's angelabarris@gmail.com.
Hello, I'm so happy to see you. It's actually time to start. It is my pleasure to introduce you to Linda Vorthman. She is a virtual assistant extraordinaire, and the only way that I'm able to do this is because she's on my team. Linda, can you please set us up for success?
Good morning, everybody. We're so happy that you're here today. I'm going to start by introducing Angela. You probably already know her from the online workshop that she did deliver to the whole world at the convention, the ICU Leadership Workshop. Her leadership philosophy has been developed by her experience with leaders as a behavioral therapist, transformational mind coach, community service, including Toastmasters, and from raising 4 children. That's a lot. Angela earned her Distinguished Toastmasters Award in July of 2019, and as a professional speaker, she is currently an aspiring accredited speaker. Here to facilitate this interactive workshop to unlock the wisdom of our group, please help me welcome lover of all things chocolate, Angela Barris.
Thank you, Linda. It was a beautiful sunny day. You may have heard me say that before, but this time in the Pacific Northwest. I live in a town that's surrounded by mountains. There's gorgeous forest and trails where we hike and we bike. And a friend of mine, Tammy, decided to do something that I thought was crazy. Our sons were scouts, Boy Scouts together, and it was time for the 50-mile bike ride. She decided to join them, even though she hadn't ridden her bike in about 2 years. She called me after the adventure. Angela, it was crazy. At about mile 20, my back hurt, my legs hurt. I was exhausted. I couldn't go any further, but they kept riding and riding. And I was so relieved when they stopped at mile 25. I picked up my phone and I called my husband, I called my daughter, I called a friend, come get me, I need help, but no one was available. Scoutmaster Steve, who was tending to about 40 young men, ages 12 to 18, his main job was to keep them alive, he noticed Tammy. He walked over and asked, "What's going on, Tammy?" This isn't working for me. Well, there's something about the seat of your bike. Could I check that out? Scoutmaster Steve set his hands on the seat of Tammy's bike, and he adjusted it ever so slightly. Hop on, see how that feels. Tammy rode her bike around and she said, "Angela, it was the craziest thing. My back didn't hurt, my legs, they felt fine, and I realized I could keep on going." And she's so proud to this day that she finished that 50-mile bike ride. A leader is someone who helps the one achieve what they wouldn't have otherwise done. Like past International President Balraj Arunasalam, Scoutmaster Steve left the crowd, he saw the one, and he delivered just a slight adjustment that made all the difference. He created a genuine encounter with Stradivarius awe to this mother of one of his scouts. I'm really happy that you're here and that we can share this time together. I invite you to think about your leadership and think about the different areas of leadership: family, your career, your business, maybe Toastmasters or another organization you belong to, and just try and observe yourself. How are you showing up right now? And as far as your understanding of ICU leadership, where do you think you're at right now in showing up as an ICU leader? Now let's rate that. I'm a huge believer in taking a snapshot of where you are now. And one of the signs of an amazing leader is someone who can look in the mirror and be really honest with themselves. So on a scale of 0, which I guess according to leadership, that would mean you're just a cabbage. There's no opportunity for any leadership. And then 10 being the best you can imagine for you. Where are you at? And just go with the first number that pops in. That's your intuition, the very first number that pops in. There's no judgment. Just capture that number. And you may want to write that down somewhere. And if you do have your handout printed off, that's great. If you don't have access to a printer, you'll be fine without that. But write that down somewhere. And it just might be that by the end of this experience, your number will have moved closer to a 10. I honestly believe that's possible. I witnessed that kind of growth happen with people. It's part of my wonderful opportunities in life to be a front row witness to see that happen. So set that intention that number could even move forward for you. And now we need to get to know you. You know, as a speaker, we want to get to know our audience. And how do we get to know this many people all at the same time? Well, the only answer is a treasure hunt. We're going to have a little fun. And I'll show you how this is going to work. For this treasure hunt, first of all, we hope you're as happy as we are that you're here. That's number one. Just smile. You may never have done a treasure hunt in a Zoom meeting before. Just smile, go with it. It'll be okay. It'll be fun. The second thing is, think of this question. Why are you interested in growing as a leader? Why is that important to you? What is your why? Why is being an outstanding leader important to you? And then the third step is find an object of some kind, an artifact, a symbol, a photo, something that captures your why. We'll give you 60 seconds. We'll turn on some river music. And you may find something that's right around you. It might be 6 feet away. You might need to leave the room. Just go and find something that represents this to you. And we will hear from 1, 2, 3, or 4 of you. You will share with us, and Linda will choose you. She'll just randomly choose you so that you can share with us what that means to you in 30 seconds or less. And she's been instructed by somebody to just mute you at 30 seconds. That would be so uncomfortable for all of us. So make sure to end within 30 seconds. You're totally equipped to do that. All right. We're ready for music. Go grab something that symbolizes why leadership is so important to you. Oh, yes. I see some objects, some representation of your why. All right. Hold up what you found. Come on back. Some of you might have, it looks like you ran to the back 40 of your ranch. Come on back. Oh, I see pictures. Oh, yes, images, objects. Linda would like to take a screenshot. We're going to wait for our other friends to get back. But Linda, who would you like to hear from first? Who would you like to call on? In 30 seconds or less, share with us why growing as a leader is important to you.
Carolyn, that looks like an interesting picture. Can you tell us about it? Thank you so much
Wow.
for sharing. I did also drop the link to our handout in the chat. This is a great time to print it in case you didn't have a chance earlier. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. I'm taking notes already. I've already captured model the way, a tribute candle. I want a tribute candle. And the next generation, thank you so much. You are joining me, let's say, on my river raft. And on the river raft, we don't have connectivity to the outside world. We don't have distractions with emails. We're there whether we're having a good hair day or not. So if your camera's off because your hair is a little messy, my hair was a little messy for the education session. I showed up anyways. So if you could turn on your camera, this is a cameras on event because we're fully participating. I'm going to explain to you how this is going to work. And what you've experienced so far is there was me, and I was sharing a message, and truth be told, to a camera. And my lovely friend Rebecca, who's on this call, she stood behind the camera, and oh my, that's a story for another day. But talk about the presence of a friend making a difference. And you heard the message one at a time. Today, what we have an opportunity to do is what's called the 3 C's of learning. We're going from passive, you alone on your end of the camera, to active. That's why we need your camera on, if at all possible. We're going from the expert on the stage, if you will, and another way of putting this is the sage on the stage, and there's room for that. There's value to that. We're moving from that to more your wisdom. It's called crowdsourcing, as you probably know. Today is about you and your wisdom. We're going from an individual experience to a collective experience. Okay, I really can spell. All right. So yes, we're already gaining content. As I've already told you, I've got 3 takeaways already from you. We are going to be creating far more connection than this model is ever possible of creating. And we're also creating a sense of community. We're all on the river raft together, meandering down the river together. So the more present you are, the more you will gain from this. And I give credit to this learning model to John Berghoff. All right. So you know where I like to start. You have a feel for that already. And we start with strengths, your superpowers, your unique gifts. It's a great place to start. Even starting your day, even connecting with your strengths, your superpowers, your unique gifts before you hop onto a Zoom call, before you pick up the phone. This is a wonderful way to start anything. So, you on your handout, if you could turn to page 3, and if you don't have the handout, I'll show it to you. Coming from a place of strength, let's visit your amazing strengths, your amazing gifts. And if this is uncomfortable for you, This is not bragging, this is celebrating. It's time to celebrate you. You do not celebrate yourself enough, and this is an opportunity for you to do that again. So, on your handout or on a piece of paper, write down as many things that come to you. And in the brainstorming activity, we always keep the pen moving whether words are coming to us or not. That's indicating to our subconscious mind, no, really, I do need some ideas, and they will flow to you. So, what are your strengths, gifts, superpowers? What tell us about, just reflect on your highest strengths, unique skills. I gave you a laundry list. Your attitudes, approaches, philosophies, techniques, rhythms, habits, rituals. There are so many ways of looking at this, so many different lenses that you can use to capture your strengths. What do people compliment you about? What comes easy for you? How do you make a difference as a leader? Keep writing. I've seen you. You have many, many talents. And then when I did this workshop last week for a group of people, there was a request that I create an idea list. And you can use this. You can go through and circle as many of these that apply to you. Or you could look at this list and write some down. The longer your list, the more impact you will have on the world. The more you identify and connect with your amazing strengths, the better. And we'll be coming back to this. And I hope that you come back to this over and over and over again as a technique for you to be an empowered ICU leader. All right. Now, with those strengths, Linda, can you tell us what we're going to do with that?
Yes, we're going to start a word cloud. We're going to put you've got up to, I think, 4, 5, maybe 6 places you can put your words in there. And I'll drop that in the chat here in a moment.
Thank you, Linda. And thank you for adding that in our chat. That's great. And also in the word cloud, if you can do that, appreciative, accountable, honest, optimistic. Carolyn, those are wonderful strengths. Thank you for acknowledging your strengths. It's such a great place to come from. And now I'd like to share with you one of my favorite books. I love this book. I love this author. Has anyone read anything by Carmine Gallo? Raise your hand. Let's see if you've read anything of his work. Oh, I'm so excited for you to know about this book. And it's written, it's in your handout, and it's called The Storyteller's Secret. I have listened to this book probably twice. I've read this book. And then I've loved all of his material so much. I just ended up ordering all of the books he's written. I haven't got to all of them, but he has helped me with my speaking more than most efforts that I've made as far as trying to become a better speaker. He shares on page 49, based on a study done by Uri Hasson. Hasson discovered that listener neural coupling is widespread and extensive. When telling a story, the brains of both the speaker and the listener showed remarkable patterns of activity in exactly the same areas. The two people were engaging in neural coupling. Did you know that when you listen to someone telling a story, you're engaging in neural coupling with that person? This creates a mind meld. There is a mind meld that is created that is scientifically documented. He says that we are connecting on 2 profound levels, story and authenticity. Our brains are wired for story. And another thing that he says that I love, the story you tell yourself and the story you share with others will unlock your potential. That's what we're here for today, is to unlock your potential as a leader, as a human being, and quite possibly change the world. Isn't it time that you shared yours? And it is time for you to share a story. So just take a moment and scan your life, your business, your career, your Toastmasters experience, and find a story that you'd like to share. A story that it doesn't have to be a huge, miraculous thing. It's okay if it is. But really, those ordinary stories are quite compelling and very relatable, like a 10-year-old girl pushing her brothers on a tire swing, or someone's bike seat being a little not correct and needing just that little tweak. Those stories are the stories that stick and stay. So just scan and find a story, and it's really in the ordinary that we are able to share extraordinary ideas. And you will be put into groups to share your story. Now, your group, Linda, do you think that we could do groups of 3? I think that would work. Is that an adjustment that you can make? All right, so we're going to get into groups of 3, and I'm going to show you how this is going to work. There will be 3 of you in your group, and you'll share your stories with each other. You'll go around the circle, and your story will be 90 seconds or less. After you've shared your stories with each other, you will have a chance to have a discussion, looking for those common themes, those generating principles of leadership, those threads, those takeaways from those stories. And then you will choose a storyteller or a presenter, if you will. When we come back into the main room, your storyteller will share their story with the group. Now, it's not necessarily about which is the best of the stories. It's about which story captures the essence of those themes that you notice in your stories. It's important that your storyteller is able to share the story in 60 seconds or less. Now, for this to be set up for success, we need you to do something when you get into the room. Notice on the upper left-hand corner of your screen, your group number. And Linda will call on your group number, and then your storyteller just unmutes and just starts telling their story. You know that we love having an order to things, especially at Toastmasters. We need to have a discussion leader who keeps things on track. Have you ever got into a breakout room and people go, what are we supposed to do? I don't know. What do you, oh, I love your hair. Oh, where did you get those glasses? And then you've lost the opportunity. Not on our watch. We need a discussion leader, in other words, a Toastmaster for that activity. And to draw out, if there's someone being on the quieter side, oh, they have so much to share. Try and draw that out from them. You'll also need a timer. You know, timing is important. The timer will keep you on track. Now, Linda will also give you a 10-minute indicator in the chat, and she'll give you a 60-second countdown when you have 60 seconds left, and then you'll be teleported back into the room. So you're choosing a discussion leader, a timer, and then you jump right into sharing your stories. Now, here's another place that people waste time in breakout rooms. I don't know, I'll go first, you go first, who should go first? I don't know. And 2 minutes later, you still haven't heard a story. So choose the person with the darkest hair. Darkest haired person, jump right in and start telling your story. And then you'll do your discussion, and you'll choose your storyteller, and then we'll come back in the room and we'll hear a story from your group. Now, you also have a handout, and it just might work out that somebody in your group is equipped with the handout. So just in case, you have this backup. This reviews everything, the roles and what you're doing in each part. All right, we've equipped you, we've surrounded you with a setup of success. Yes.
Can I share the word cloud before you go?
Yeah, can we do that later?
That's
they're
fine
asking?
too. They're asking in chat. They wanted to get some ideas. Would it be okay to show it?
Yes, absolutely.
This is earlier than we had anticipated showing.
Oh yeah,
it,
we are flexible. Oh my gosh, look at that.
Get a view of it. It's quite beautiful.
Oh, look what you've created. You know what? This group of people, we can change the world. Look at that.
Thank you for letting me interrupt you. So now you can get your hands waving for your
Yeah,
teleport.
wave. You're getting teleported on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Did you take good notes? Good. Frank, nice to see you. We're happy you're here.
Mostly we talked.
Good.
Not a lot of notes.
That's the idea. Oh yeah, yeah, just conversation. Awesome. All right. One of the signs of an amazing leader, and this might, no, I shouldn't have put it that way. I shouldn't have put it that way because of how I want to follow up. So forget I said that. Forget I said that. As the VPM of my advanced club, East Side Leaders, yesterday when I was interviewing a guest who had joined us the night before, I was asking her what her speaking and leadership goals were, and I was writing notes. I was tracking as many words as I could possibly track, and that helped me find themes in what she was saying. I was writing down her goals. I was writing down things about her interests, and then that helped me. I can have that as in my record. She may or may not ever join our club, but our club wants to really support people in who they are and help connect them with people and maybe a better match for a club. But tracking, we're able to really capture some golden nuggets that way. So if you'd like, you could have your pen ready to track, write some notes, see if there's anything that you'd like to capture for yourself. And Linda, who are we hearing from first?
How about starting with group 1, and you have 60 seconds to report out. Group 1, who is in charge? Feel free to unmute him. Thank you so much.
You're
Who's
welcome.
in group 3? Unmute. Oh, Carolyn. Applause to Amanda. Beautiful, Carolyn. Thank you so much for
Wow.
sharing. And you were group 3, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Linda, is it all right if we acknowledge, we have time to acknowledge just a little bit. I really want to acknowledge Amanda. You have
Yes.
been through so much. And look what you did, girlfriend. That is awesome. And the positive impact, moments of truth, that's beautiful. And Carolyn, that you jumped in as a mentor. I don't know why I get teary. I just do. Jumping in, and what I heard you say is just breathe. Oh, wow. We all need that message. I know I need that message multiple times a day. Do what you can, don't worry. And you are in tune, being in tune with this beautiful woman. Thank you. Okay, now I'm ready, Linda.
Yay. These are beautiful stories. Let's hear from group 6. Who's in charge of group 6?
Um, courage, bravery. Wow. Let's let's give Wafa a round of applause. And you went to school and got your master's degree? That is awesome. And then you've joined Toastmasters. And a word that jumped out at me was resonation. There was resonance. What a beautiful word. And you know what, Carolyn and Amanda, can you please unmute and can you tell us your bullet points, your themes that came out from your group? Yes, when you say yes to leadership, you say yes to growth. You also say yes to challenges. And sometimes I think, no, no, not this challenge. I want a different challenge. Do you ever think that? All right, Linda, who's going next?
So group 4, who's in charge of that group? Feel free to unmute and let us know what you talked about.
Wow. Thank you, Demetrius. And Demetrius is having a little technical issue today, so she can't unveil herself. She can't reveal herself. So now what I heard there was influencing the next generation, encouragement, and I heard a whole lot of love going on there. What are your takeaways from your group? What were the themes that you noticed? The 1, 2, 3 themes that you noticed? Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Let's give their group a round of applause. Yay, thank you.
And we're ready to hear from our final group, group 2. Bring it on.
And I also heard you called people. You know, I have a football here. The football is crucial in football, right? There's no game without football. And I believe that the phone is the football, is what the football is to football. The phone is that to Toastmasters. And it sounds to me like you might have even picked up the phone and contacted people. Those are the clubs that are thriving right now. When people are picking up the phone, ask your officers if you're in a role where you could get away with this. How many contacts do you have in your phone? We have 17 members in our club. How many of them are in your phone directory? That is how you know if you have a distinguished club or not. You have a distinguished club when people care enough to have people's contacts. And so you see people as individuals and focusing on that. Encouragement, focus on strengths, focus on what's possible, not what's hard. Flexibility, adaptability. Thank you, Steve. That was awesome. Thank you for your group's participation and input. You inspire me. All right. Now, let's look at that word cloud one more time. Do you have that available? I love that you all asked. You were like, hey, we want to see the word cloud now. Hello. Thank you for doing that. Let's look at that one more time. And coming from a place of strength, we're now going to have an experience of mindfulness. And thank you for showing that. Just remember your strengths. We've just heard a lot more examples of that through your stories. And you have a handout that has the word aspire at the top. If you could pull that out, and whether you have the handout or not, it's all right. We have your back. We're going to explore this at the end of our experience, our mindfulness experience. Why is my continuous evolution and growth as a leader important to me? What is that one step I can take in the next 24 hours to accelerate my leadership? 90 days from now, what would I like to look back on and celebrate? And some action steps. 1, 2, 3 action steps you can move forward with in the next 7 days. So that's what we're aspiring to. And if you could have that handout ready, have a pen out handy and ready, a blank piece of paper if that's what you're using. Have that ready so that at the end of our mindfulness activity, you can just reach for that. And we'll have some quiet time for you to explore this and really write these things down. Now, if you're getting a sense of, okay, this is when I exit. When we do mindfulness stuff, I'm out of here. I'm going to go clean my toilet and I'll come back. If you're thinking that, that's a habit, that's a pattern that's been showing up for you, and it's not serving you. I promise you, you're in good hands. This is what I do. This is my expertise. I've done this thousands of times. This isn't me just, oh, I read a book the other day and this is just a great idea and I'm going to try it out on you. That is not the case. You will feel comfortable, you will feel safe, and this will accelerate your growth more than anything else I can do for you. This is my gift for you, and this is my way of giving back to this incredible organization that has helped me more than I can ever even express. There's a ripple effect that can come from this when we use mindfulness to serve ourselves. How you experience this is exactly how it's meant to be experienced. If you have a crazy busy mind, I love your crazy busy mind. I have a crazy busy mind at times. You may not be able to imagine that, but I do. I'm being silly. My mind used to be a lot busier than it is now. And I know what it's like to have a busy mind and do something like this. And if your mind is busy, it's okay. Give yourself permission to experience this however it goes. Now you can allow your eyes to close if you'd like. If you'd like, you could lay down on the ground. You could sit up against a wall. You could just sink into your chair, relax your shoulders and your neck. Yes, you might be holding your shoulders up. Time to release that. You could turn your camera off if you'd like. You could leave it on. You could keep your eyes open and look up to about the height where the ceiling meets the wall. Just keep your eyes focused there. And if you're like me and you'd rather not have that sense of concentration, you can allow your eyes to close. Be easy, quiet, and comfortable. There's nothing you have to do or not do. You really don't need to relax. You don't have to listen to me. Just experience this in the way that's comfortable for you, that's acceptable for you. You have an amazing gift among those many gifts we've already acknowledged, and it is the gift of your imagination. Your imagination can create exactly what you want, and it can create exactly what you do not want. Just imagine yourself being at the side of a river. Just imagine a beautiful river. Try and be in your body at the side of the river. You feel the sunshine on your face and a light breeze. You hear the leaves rustling in the trees. You have over 50,000 thoughts on any given day. Many of them are serving you, and some are not serving you. By bypassing the conscious mind and relaxing into this, we open the door of the subconscious mind, which is really in charge more than you would ever know. This is a way to show your subconscious mind what you want, how you want to feel. And just think, feel, imagine sitting by the stream and notice those leaves falling into the river and flowing on by. You'd like to grasp the river, but you can't. It's flowing. You notice sticks and debris, those leaves, and they represent your thoughts, your worries, your concerns, those are not for you. They're not serving you. Just let them pass on by. And now thinking of the center of your heart. And if you'd like, place your hand over your heart. Repeat your own name 3 times. Share your thoughts and feelings with yourself about the kind of leader you want to be, that you aspire to. And visit how you want to feel in that sense of leadership. Share your thoughts and feelings with yourself. Listen for a message from yourself. You may or may not get a message from yourself. It might be a feeling, an image, an idea, a memory. When was the last time you talked to yourself in such a positive, hopeful, enlivening way? You can do this anytime. Now think, feel, imagine you're sitting by the stream, you're in your body by the stream, and just imagine those strengths. Imagine how wonderful it feels for you to be in your strength, in your truth. How does that feel? What positive attachments, what positive emotions come to you? What do you notice? That which you focus on grows and expands. When you are in your strength, what do you notice? Is it a sense of peace, calm, love, confidence, caring? What do you notice? And as you focus on how it feels to be in the zone, in the flow as a leader, the leader you aspire to be, and the leader you are, many moments, that Stradivarius awe, those genuine encounters that you love to create. Just notice that that's feeling even stronger. Notice where you feel that in your body. And it's getting even stronger. And notice your countenance. What is the expression on your face? You may think it, feel it, see it, however that comes to you. What is happening with your facial expression? And when you see that it's, or feel it, or think that it's a sense of joy, strong as you would like, step into that image, merge with that image, be in that image. That is you in the flow. And now thinking of the center of your heart and using your amazing imagination to create what you do want. Just think, feel, imagine those people in your life who you care about. Family, friends. Imagine, and you may even get a sense that they're there with you at the riverbank. You may see them, feel them, imagine them, sense them in some way, and you may not, but just think of them and allow that circle to grow, and think of those people you work with, those customers. Think of people who, in the worldly sense, are above you, below you, beside you, those people in your clubs, those people you serve in your nonprofit, even those animals that you serve and that you love. And allow that to expand and grow. And imagine that there are people now in that circle who are looking to you. They're waiting for you. They're ready for you to serve them as a leader, to make a difference, to maybe adjust the bike seat ever so slightly to inspire them to achieve what they wouldn't have otherwise done. Thinking of the center of your heart. Silently repeat a name for them 3 times. And silently share your thoughts and feelings with them. What your hope is for how you show up in their life. You may feel a response from them. Just imagine, what is that message they have for you? What is it you're grasping right now? And if it's nothing, that's okay. That's how it goes sometimes. Let them know that you're here for them and that you are aspiring to be able to serve them and reach them in whatever way it is they need to be served and reached, that's in a healthy way. And if any random thoughts are popping in that are unhelpful, you just acknowledge them and let them pass on by. Those aren't for you. Now, pay attention to the river. You notice that just upstream there's some stones, some large stones in the river, and you realize that they're actually slowing down the flow. And you realize that represents something in your life that's slowing down the flow, that's keeping you from being the leader you desire to be. What is that? It's often something so simple like a bike seat adjustment. Is it too much TV? Is it an unkept promise? Is it judgment? Is it forgiveness, forgiving somebody? Is it releasing and letting go of something that is not serving you? I often find working with people, they simply haven't given themselves permission to step into that empowerment and that courage that's meant for them. You may notice someone's face pop into your mind or their name. You may notice, oh, I need to have a conversation with that person. Whatever that is, just take a note of that. And it can make all the difference, whatever that is. Now, we've created an amazing opportunity for you. You can revisit this place at any time, and you can sit in your strength at the side of the river. In fact, you can use this when those stinky things happen, especially in leadership, especially when it comes to relationships. Those challenges that you wish weren't there, but you know they're there for your growth. You can imaginarily sit at the edge of the river and sit in your strength and notice what needs to pass on by. Notice a name. What is that that's damming up and creating tension and stress? This helps your heart be at peace, and that is where an ICU leadership individual dwells, as a heart at peace. Striving and bringing ourselves back in flow with that heart at peace, that place of love, over and over again. Having Stradivarius awe for yourself. And now when you think of leadership and where you captured where you're at now, your vision of an ICU leader, what number comes to mind now? Do you feel progress, even if it's by a quarter or a half point towards the 10? Give yourself permission to acknowledge you really are further along than you realize. You're here. That says something amazing about you. And now when you're ready, just allow your eyes to open. and pick up your pen if you'd like to experience it this way, and just capture, why is growing as a leader important to you? What is something that you can do in the next 24 hours? You can do or not do. You could do more of or less than. You could release that one thing. You could keep that promise. You could have that conversation. What's that one thing that you can do in the next 24 hours to free up the flow so you can be in your leadership, the I see you leadership way, even more so? 90 days from now, when you look back to this day, what is it you want to celebrate? 90 days from now, December 10th. What do you want to celebrate? Having achieved, having aspired to, having shifted, having stepped into more of, having let go of that which is not meant for you, that which is not serving you. What are you going to celebrate? I hope you'll send something to me and I can celebrate with you. What is 1, 2, 3, 4 action steps you can take in the next 7 days to position yourself for that celebration? What is that for you? The workbook is so that you can continue on in your mindfulness, continue on growing and expanding on your aspirations, what you're reaching for. Be a story gatherer. Gather stories even in the moment of leadership success. Share those stories. Share them with me. Email me. I'd love to hear your leadership success story. And if you'd like, you can email me between now and tomorrow around 10. Any story you'd like to share with our group that we can send out to celebrate with each other. Because when you share a story, it helps us visit our strengths and our things that are going right and well. And now, if your eyes are still closed, you can open your eyes. Eyes opening, eyes opening, eyes opening. Come on back, friends. Come on back from the river. Remember, you can go there anytime you'd like. And now it's time to hear from you again. You're the star of the show. We'd love to hear from you. And we have time to hear from everybody, anybody who would like to share. And how about if you don't have background noise, just go ahead and unmute if you feel okay about that. This is rapid fire share. What is something you can share in 15 seconds or less? And we go by the 5 B's. Be brief, baby. Be brief, so that we can hear from everybody. What is something that you have benefited from? Someone sharing in your group, or just a thought that's come to you from the heavens, or a remembrance, or something. What is your takeaway from this experience? That also empowers the rest of the group when you share. Can you let me know how that goes? I would love to know. The heart-to-heart communication, what I advise, Frank, is before you pick up the phone, do another one today. It depends on your timing, but what I advise is do 3 heart-to-heart communications with him, specifically repeating his name 3 times. You're knocking on the door. This is the language of heaven. That's how I feel towards it. It can change things. So if you picked up the phone now, your position definitely If you do another 1, 2, 3 more heart-to-heart communications, it could change the outcome significantly. So that's an experiment. If there's anyone causing stress or tension in any of your lives, experiment with this. Let me know how it goes. I want to hear. You're unmuted. What would you like to share? Have you ever been a leader who you're kind of on top, like you're not, I hate that, not good, but do you know what I mean? Like there are many people who you are looking after, and then you have someone above you and they're not necessarily there for you in the way that you are serving others. Have you ever had that happen? I've had that happen. And there are people who've really, you may not have experienced an ICU leader. You may not really know what that feels like. We've all have hurts, heartaches, and sorrows from the past. And we need to, I invite you to be the leader you desire to be led by. No matter how you're being led, no matter what other people are saying or not saying, doing or not doing, be the leader you desire to be led by. And that can change things. It has this ripple effect upwards. And to remember that those people we answer to are also struggling. Carolyn, thank you. It's helping us put ourselves in their shoes. That's excellent. All right. Beautiful. And do you realize that when we live this way, it calms down our own nervous system? It balances our own brain. It increases our lens of understanding. It helps clear our lens of understanding. When we have this generosity to others, is being generous to ourselves, and the cells of your body are happier. Your organs are happier. This is, if you only look at this as a lifestyle of health and wellness by being an ICU leader, yeah, if that's your only reason, it's a good reason. It will pay off. All right. Who's unmuted? Let's see. Who would like to share? Could you share something? Could we hear from you? Yes, thank you. See, those are amazing sharings. Thank you for sharing that. Are you watching too much news? Yeah, and I actually was meaning everyone. Sorry to put you on the spot. Yeah, I love you. See who makes a huge difference. Like her circle of influence is like this. You can't even see my hands. Like her circle of influence is mega. It's out around my town limits and beyond. Um, when I get a client who is so angry at the world, they're addicted to the news. It's an addiction. You could be addicted to pot, marijuana. You can be addicted to alcohol. You can be addicted to the news. This is a problem right now. And I know I can see progress with a client when they stop talking about the terrible things that are happening, and that person who we're even, we can even blame the COVID virus on if we want. I mean, the world is becoming kind of a crazy place. And so when we participate and visit in the crazy, that's what's going on in our minds. So we have to figure out, how do we stay in touch and in tune with what we need to, that's in a way that serves us. Thank you for sharing that. That's huge. Oh, oh, my river raft. We need to come to the edge of the river, and I don't like it when things end. I hate it when things end, especially being with you. Our time is up. Linda, first of all, thank you for participating. I appreciate it so much. My wish for you is that in 90 days, you will have so much to celebrate. You won't even believe what's happened in your life as you aspire and as you strive and as you correct your course. And if you even do some heart-to-heart communications and revisit your place at the river or wherever that special place is for you. I really want to hear your takeaways. Could you please email me, please, at angelabarris@gmail.com. I'd love to hear your takeaways. Tomorrow we'll do a follow-up, and in that follow-up, we will include the word cloud. We will include just some other things that we are captured from this. And Linda, could you please close us out?
The meeting is officially closing. I'm going to share about our next event. And Angela is going to take a short break, but we do invite you to linger for a while, and we really do want to hear your stories. Although we do want to give an opportunity for people that have a hard stop at 11:30 to go ahead and move along. So I'm going to share in the chat about Yelena Balabanova is our next guest speaker at the Professional Speakers Master Series. It's September 24th, 6 p.m. to 7:30, 2 weeks from today. And I put a little bit of information about the talk in there. Anybody here that considers maybe they would want to be a professional speaker or maybe a Toastmasters accredited speaker, or really any Toastmaster can come and sharpen your message and hear from Yelena Balabanova.
Linda, can you show the slide that I think you're showing?
Oh, and I didn't, yeah, I can't show and talk at the same time. Yes, thanks for reminding me of that. Here's the slide that we have for Yelena. And that is our Facebook page for the Professional Speaker Series. Thanks for reminding me.
Thank you, Linda. Have a wonderful day, friends. I am so excited for you. Thank you. I've learned so much from you. And if you would like to come back in a few minutes, take a break, come back. If there's anything you'd like to ask, anything you'd like to share, we see you. We see you. I see you. I'm so happy you came and shared this time with us, that you went on a little river raft journey with us. Thank you.